we're live. So we're live
Yay.
on YouTube and Facebook. And we weren't planning on doing this one, but this is just
It's a bonus.
impromptu bonus live.
Bonus.
Because my trip to mainland Japan got canceled. So
Which is sad, but at the same time, it's a bonus.
yes, I'm excited. So we'll wait for people to start coming in and start asking questions. We're going to just be cooking, we're both making egg drop soup and just hanging out and answering your questions. If you have any questions about carnivore, if you have any victories that you want to share or concerns that you want to bring to us, anything
Or
like
jokes.
that. Jokes, yeah. We love
Jokes are always welcome.
corny dad jokes.
Jokes are always welcome.
So Serena what are you doing? You're liquefying your bone broth right now?
Yeah, and I'm actually going to put it in the microwave just for a minute to get it warm so I can emulsify the butter into it. I love to put butter in my broth. So yeah, so if you put it in the NutriBullet, once it's warm, the butter emulsifies and blends up in it, and rather than floating on top, and so does the fat that is in the bone broth. So I always make mine like that, and then I'll pour it in my black pearl to finish cooking it. And my bone broth didn't have a ton of flavor. I think I didn't cook it long enough. So I actually am supplementing and using a little bit of a bone broth concentrate that I have too, just to kind of add a little bit of flavor to it.
I have my bone broth, my second batch going right here in my crock pot.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
For my next batch, I'm obsessed with bone broth right now. If you guys haven't tried bone broth, you get some soup bones.
So easy.
Your own broth because it's so delicious, especially when it's cold outside. Bone broth is so good when it's cold outside.
Mm-hmm.
But I have mine. Mine is going in my pearl right now, waiting for it to boil, and then I'm going to add in my meat and my eggs. I have 2 eggs.
Okay, that's what I have too.
And this one's going to be a shorter live today.
Just 30 minutes.
6-minute success story.
Yep.
Later, after we film this, we're going to go do a 6-minute success story.
And that'll come out, what's today, Wednesday? That'll come
Wednesday.
out on Friday. Yeah.
Yes.
I call this time of year, the kids and I all watched a show several years ago where one of the people in the show talked about this time of year, how it's the smush. Have you ever heard that? Like where all the days blend together and you don't know like what day of the week it is or what day of the month it is. It's the holiday smush where you just have no idea what's going on for, 2 weeks. So I call it the smush.
I've never heard that.
I had never heard either, but it's true.
Chad has entered the chat. Hey, Chad. We're still waiting for you to do a 6-minute success story with us.
Yeah. We are. Okay.
Later. Okay.
So I put it in the microwave for 1 minute. And then this is a fabulous bone broth right here. So my understanding is it's really hard to get a powdered bone broth that doesn't have a lot of fillers in it. And this is just bone broth. It doesn't have any fillers in it. You can get it on Amazon. So I'm going to use like half a teaspoon because my broth, like I said, didn't have a lot of flavor. So I'm going to add that. It's okay.
Maggie is here too. Hi, Maggie.
You don't have to do that.
Are you guys ready for the holidays? Are you ready for Christmas? Let us know what you're doing for the holidays. I'm not doing really anything. Because we don't have kids or anything, so we don't decorate or celebrate.
Right.
And we're in Okinawa, so we're really far away from our family.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to blend this for a second.
Okay.
Okay. Look how white and frothy it gets.
That looks so good. That's such
backwards.
a good idea.
I keep trying to go the wrong way.
If you guys are just tuning in, what she did is she blended in butter with her bone broth to make her bone broth even more delicious. And that is such a good idea.
Turns like white and frothy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it like that.
And Josh is here. Hi, Josh. Let us know in the comments, you guys, what you guys are doing for Christmas or what you'll be eating for Christmas. I think that'll be fun. Because Christmas is always, because Thanksgiving you have turkey, and then Easter you have ham.
Yep.
But on Christmas, what meat do you eat on Christmas?
I think we do a ham. My mother-in-law handles the meat. I think we do a ham. And now I bring a meat and cheese casserole, which everybody else loves. And then I know that there's something else for me there. I think this will be the third or fourth time that I've taken that there. And that works out really well for me, and everybody else loves it. And I just eat that.
Yeah. That sounds really good. My broth is pretty rapidly boiling.
Oh, it is,
so I'm putting in my meat, and I just drop it in.
Yeah, I'm not going to put meat in mine today. I'm actually just going to do the eggs in mine. And I like to stir it as I'm putting the eggs in so it gets all stringy, kind of like egg drop soup instead of being clumpy.
Yeah, I've started trying to do that. If I'm ever filming, though, I can't quite do it because I have to like hold it with one hand. But I think I'll be able to do it today.
Yeah, and maybe if you put the eggs in first, you might be able to get it stringy next time if you wanted it like that.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
I always thought like I would have to cook the meat first, and if I put the meat in after the eggs, then I don't know. I don't know why I thought I had to do it in that order, but I'll try it in the opposite order later. Okay, let's see. I'll be eating steak and watching Die Hard on repeat. Yes, and okay, Bruce Willis just came out with whatever he was doing, and he said, I want to settle it once and for all. Die Hard is not a Christmas movie, and I completely disagree with him. Die Hard is one of my favorite movies to watch during Christmas time.
It's on that list of Christmas movies that like whoever puts out the list of Christmas movies, it's on there.
Yeah, I agree. I disagree with him. I think Die Hard is a Christmas movie. What do you?
That is so funny. I think it released at Christmas. Isn't that why people think it's a Christmas movie? Didn't it come out at Christmas? Isn't there like a Christmas theme to it or something?
Well, it takes place during Christmas. Like it's Christmas time while it's happening.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So I think that's why.
It's one of my favorite movies too. I love Die Hard, and I love watching it during Christmas.
My pan's all smoking. Do you see my pan smoking?
No.
Can you see it?
No. So Josh says he's eating ham with ham for family. Unfortunately, there's 0 other carnivore or keto diet people in my fam. Oh, that must be tough.
Yeah. I don't know why my pan's smoking.
There might be something on your stove, and it's just cooking that thing that was on your stove, if that makes sense.
I think it must have been on the bottom of the pan because I just cleaned the stove.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me.
Put it on a different burner. Try a different burner.
It's the pan for sure. See it coming off the pan? Can you see it?
So Maggie's eating prime rib roast.
Oh yeah, and those are on sale at Publix right now.
And I'm pretty sure Bruce Willis does have dementia now. I think I heard that.
He needs the carnivore diet.
Yeah, I wonder how good it would be at like reversing something once it's already at that stage.
I've heard really good things. I've seen people say that within days they can tell a difference with Alzheimer's and dementia.
Really?
Oh my goodness, what is happening?
My grandma, my mom's mom, has Alzheimer's, and she's she's in a home, and they feed them. All they feed them is carbs and ice cream and sugar. Yep. It's just heartbreaking. But like,
just makes it worse.
What can you do? You can't just tell them, no, you can't feed her that stuff. Like,
right? I know.
There's something definitely on your pan.
I'm gonna have to switch spots. I think it won't stop.
Josh says they think I'm a freak, but I just roll with it. I say I feel better eating this way, but I definitely follow more of a Paul Saladino animal-based carnivore. Yeah, hey, if it works for you, we don't have anything against doing what you feel best on, and me and Serena feel best on meat.
Yeah.
And not
absolutely.
I don't know. I just haven't missed fruit. I haven't missed fruit. And do you eat, Josh? Do you eat fruit because like you work out hard and stuff like that? I'm assuming maybe like you're probably pretty active. Someone in my family.
Sorry, go ahead. That's okay. Go ahead.
Chad said someone in my family had an eating disorder several years ago, so we tried to avoid diet talk. I just quietly eat my steak and eggs in the corner. I bet that can be tough.
Yeah, that's hard.
Oh, Maggie said that she'll try to add her butter. She'll add butter to her bone broth now. Yeah, I want to do that too.
Make sure you blend it though, because if you don't blend it, it's just gonna float on top. What is going
on? Okay.
If it wasn't done, I was.
You're having some technical difficulties over there. Holy cow!
Look at.
There is something definitely on the bottom of your pan that you missed. Maybe it was wet or something. Did you clean it just before?
No, I didn't clean it just before. I also didn't soak it this time.
Oh.
Don't tell me.
I don't ever soak mine before I use it.
Yeah, Cassie says you're supposed to. Don't tell him.
No, I don't ever. I rinse mine off so it's coated in water.
Yeah,
before I use it. So, but I don't soak it. Covert Neo wants to know how we met. We met on Instagram a little less than a year ago, almost a year ago now.
March. I think you asked me in March.
Yeah,
to go on your crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
So, and we met on Instagram, and then we just vibed, and and we started working together.
Yeah, I know. There's something on the bottom of the pot. That's fine.
Okay.
I don't think the smoke alarm will go off.
I'm adding my eggs in now, and what I do is I put my eggs in a plastic baggie and then snip the corner and then just drizzle it in.
Yeah. Now I went ahead and did mine because I wanted to be able to get it off the burner. And I usually do mine from a measuring cup with a spout on it.
And then you just slowly pour it in and stir.
Mm-hmm. It's so good. If you guys have never done this before, you're missing out. It's delicious. Uh-oh, you're stuck. Uh-oh. Jess is stuck, guys. Surely she'll come back in a minute. Huh. Okay, so while we're waiting for Jess to come back, so here's mine. Mine is actually still boiling. You guys saw me take it off the burner like 3 minutes ago. It's actually still boiling just a little bit. Can you see it? I don't know if you can see it. It is so good. Oh, I can't wait. You got stuck almost the whole time you were pouring that in, you were stuck.
Well, a good thing it was just repetitive, and I was just stirring and pouring.
Yeah, I just showed everybody mine.
Okay, this is mine. It looks so good. I'm so excited.
So good. Mine is actually, I've had it off the burner for a good 3 minutes, and it's still boiling a little bit.
Yeah, these pots hold in heat so well.
So well. Yeah.
You have to really you have to adjust to cooking with it because once it gets to a certain heat, you have to turn the heat off because it'll just keeps
cooking. Yeah.
So you overcook your food if you're not used to it.
Yes.
Okay, so John said only when working out. Yeah, bananas before and after I earn the fruit. Yeah, that seems like if you're working out really hard, that seems like the best option. I just don't work out that hard.
Right. Well, you work out pretty hard, but I feel like people who are metabolically healthy can do that. I mean, some people can do that. If you don't mind to eat a little bit of fruit and you don't feel like it's bad for you, I think people that are metabolically healthy and don't have like a binge thing or if they're moderators, I think people can do that. I'm not sure I could. The few times that I have had like a handful of blueberries, and I have tried it a few times to try to help me sleep because I have heard that sometimes in the middle of the night your glucose will drop, so eating a handful of berries before bed can help. So I've tried it a few times, and it just makes me want more blueberries. I could eat an entire container and not even think twice about it. So I'm better off to not do it.
Yeah. Whereas with me, I could eat a handful of blueberries and be fine.
Right.
But I don't feel like I need them. That's the only thing that's stopping me. Like I'm not against it. If I felt like I needed it, I would try it.
Right.
My energy feels fine. I feel fine in the gym. So
Yeah.
I just don't think I need it. But if things ever change, I'm not opposed to trying to add in some fruit.
Right.
Okay, my bowl is ready. I'm going to add some Redmond.
Did you already pour it into a bowl? I'm just going to eat it out of this.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it in my bowl.
Mm.
Oh, it's so good. I love this stuff so much. I work out hard too and don't mix fruit in. I crave sweets too much if I do, and never feel fatigued in the gym. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got my Redmond. Do you guys use Redmond? How do you guys go about people / coworkers who think saturated fat will give you a heart attack? It's so hard to quickly explain to people that it's been a medical lie. I think just telling them that is not accurate. And probably giving them some suggestions like of what they could look, YouTube videos they could watch or books they could read, things like that. And then if they look into it, that's cool. But if they don't, then that's their problem.
And get them the big fat lie. Like put that on your desk and let people read and let people check that book out for me, because that is not a conspiracy written book. She was a journalist who initially was not even doing research on this. She had no opinion of it. She started doing reviews of restaurants, like restaurants that served really rich, heavy foods, like with lots of meats and stuff like that. And she started losing weight. And that's what made her start researching it. So it's not like she's a conspiracy theorist or anything like that. It just is a really good fact-based book that took her like 8 or 9 years to write it. So if you're looking for something to give people to talk to people about it, that's a really great book.
Yeah, and the book she's talking about, it basically, she investigates why fat and cholesterol are vilified. And she goes through the whole history of what studies they looked at, when fat started becoming a topic in American culture, and who the big players were, like Ansel Keys and the 7 country studies and things like that. She goes through the whole history of it and breaks it down. And it's such a easy read, but it's packed full of so much information. Serena and I have read it multiple times already. It's such a good book.
I've read it 3 times and I plan on reading it again between Christmas and New Year's. I just love it. So good.
It's such a, and you can't listen to it too much because it's just, it's has so much good information in there.
And you pick up something different every time you listen to it. Like you come away saying, wow, I missed that the first time. Every time. It's so good. And then I just wanted to say, do you know why we call certain foods rich foods? Do you know this? I don't think she talks about this in that book. I don't think that's where I learned this. Because it used, like, you say things like that is such a rich meal or such a rich recipe. Do you know why?
Let me guess. It's because only rich people could afford it.
Kind of. It's because, like in history in the past, it was because those were the foods that only rich people would eat. They were luxurious. They were nutritious. They were, the eggs and the steak and the butter. They were things that other people couldn't really afford and didn't eat a lot of. That's why we call them rich foods, which is like really eye-opening, right? But it turns out you don't have to be rich to be able to afford those foods today. When you look at the money we spend on processed foods, you're much better off to buy a steak.
Yeah, that is interesting because, if throughout history, like the slave food would be like the beans and grains and rice and things like that, and like the king would get the meat and the luxurious.
And now we're being told that that's the way we should eat. We should eat the beans and the rice and all the things that the peasants used to eat. That's what we're being told now, that's what we should eat instead of all the rich foods.
Coincidence? Oh,
I think not.
I know, right? So Chad has a suggestion for Josh. He says, tell them the AHA doesn't even push that lie anymore and quietly took it off their website. That's true. Them fairly quickly. That is true. They quietly decided that, red meat doesn't cause heart attacks. But they didn't inform anyone because that won't make them money on statins and things like that.
That's right. Yeah. Okay, ready to try it?
Oh, yeah.
Ready? Bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
And just so you guys know, when we started this video, as we were starting it, neither one of us knew what we were making. And when I was just going to make eggs. And when Jess said she was going to make the egg drop soup, I was like, oh, okay, I'll make that too.
It's such a quick, easy recipe. I love it. So Josh said, people look at me like I'm insane. The big fat lie is a great idea, but I've had so many conversations with friends and family that saturated fat is healthy, and they're just too scared to believe me. I guess the biggest thing too is just to lead by example and just keep doing what you're doing, and eventually people will start to notice when you don't have any health issues, you're not on any medication, you're not mentally stable, you don't have scurvy. Like the people will start to take notice and start to believe you if you lead by example and stick with it and show them that this is actually a really good diet.
Did I tell you that I told you, I'm not sure if I told everybody else, about my brother, that I was talking to my brother back in October, and I was just kind of politely, we were texting back and forth, and I was just telling him how much better I feel the way I'm eating. I can't remember what brought it up, but he said he had, like, I guess what they call like a mini heart attack maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And they put him on, can never remember the name of the diet. It's not the GAPS diet. What's the other one?
I don't know.
I did this last time I was talking about this with somebody on a live, and I couldn't remember. And then somebody in the comments said what it was. It's the diet that they put people on, the DASH diet. And so, you know, the one they put people on for their heart, very low fat, some olive oil, but no red meat at all. And so I was talking to my brother, and I was just, texting him and telling him how much better I feel, and, that I've lost weight, and, that I feel healthier than I was. My blood work is great. And he said, thanks, I'll keep doing what the doctors tell me. I'm already so unhealthy. Why would I try that? And I said, because you're already doing everything they said for the last 5 years. You're doing everything they told you to do, and you just keep getting more unhealthy.
Yeah.
So we don't have to worry about him seeing this, because that's never going to happen. But like at some point you have to say, you know what, this isn't working, and try something else.
Yeah. It is crazy because that happens a lot in the carnivore community too, just to be honest, where if someone isn't having great results on carnivore, a lot of people will just tell them, well, carnivore harder, or you're not doing it right. Or
that's right.
Accuse them of sneaking carbs and stuff, when a lot of times people have deeper rooted issues. Like Lady Carnivore, for instance, she found out that she had SIRS, and that was a big hindrance to her not healing just with carnivore, and she needed extra intervention. So that is just such an awful thing that humans do, of just like, well, do it harder, do it more. And people do that in every aspect too, even in fitness.
That's right.
If you're not getting fit, it's like, well, you're not trying hard enough. And it's
that's
like, why don't we pivot and try some new things
and try something else?
Yeah.
I went to my doctor one time, and he was telling me he told me you just have to move more and eat less. And I was so frustrated. I wanted to punch him. I told this to Dr. Obadia yesterday. I was like, I wanted to punch him in the face, because I had come off a 72-hour fast where I didn't lose 1 ounce. And I said, I can't eat less than nothing. There's obviously something else going on. But, he just wanted me to go home and eat more vegetables.
That's all they tell you. Who are both your favorite carnivore YouTubers? I was introduced to this by Dr. Ken Berry. So my favorite carnivore YouTubers.
Mine is Jesselyn Randall.
Woohoo! Yeah, Serena. Mine's Serena. So when videos for quick short videos that are really informative, Ken Berry is a great resource, because you can literally search in YouTube Ken Berry, like carnivore no gallbladder, carnivore good for kidneys, carnivore for eczema, carnivore carnivore for diabetes.
And it just comes up.
Like any sort of skin issue, health issue, he will have a video talking about the topic in a quick, short, really concise, informative way. So I love his videos. And then just me personally, who I like to watch is Bart K, just because I love how polarizing he is, and I love his personality. And he's brilliant. So I love watching Bart K videos. What about you? Who's your favorite?
I think I do. I agree with you about Ken Berry. I think, he's been around for so long. His stuff is really easy to find and get to. And, you can research basically just on his YouTube channel. I like a lot of Dr. Chafee's stuff too. And then Kelly Hogan, she's like way at the top of my list. I just think she's so real. She's just really real. And, if she messed up, I think she would say it. And, She gives great advice, and I just really enjoy her stuff. I know it's not for everybody, the Southern, but I'm in Virginia, she's in North Carolina. So we're like, very close together. But I love her content. I think, she really puts it into perspective on how to do this with real life, with 3 kids, and she's running around and she's got her coaching groups and she's very active. And I just think that helps. Like, you see her, she parks the car for her kids' pickup line. She gets there early and parks her car in line. And then she goes and runs up and down the steps, out back behind the softball fields, or walks around the track or something. And yeah. And so like, she'll make videos while she's walking around, and she'll like turn the camera and you can see all the other cars. There are never any other parents out there walking or anything like that. Everybody else just sits in their car and uses their phones, and she gets up and she moves. And so she just makes it very real to me, I think. So I really enjoy her stuff.
Okay, let's see. Covert Neo says, intimidated to make bone broth, but really want to make some egg drop soup. Yeah, so bone broth I was intimidated too, but it's so easy. So just bite the bullet and do it. Go to the store, find soup bones, beef soup bones, and you just put them in your crock pot and then cover it with water and then put it on low for about 24 to 48 hours. And then you pour it out and get a little strainer, pour it into a glass jar. And so this will catch all the extra meat and stuff. And then it'll separate the bone broth from the fat, and the broth will turn into like gelatin, and you can reheat it and it'll be bone broth like we're eating now, or you can just eat it as Jello, which is one of my favorite snacks. And I like to add salt and just eat it as Jello. It's so good. Yeah,
I can't do that. Jess does that, but I can't do that. But it's the collagen that makes it that way. And that's how you have a really good bone broth, is from the, when it gets really gelled like that, it's the collagen that makes it so good.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so thank you both. Hope your channel grows so much good info and inspiration. Thank you. I love your guys' channel. It's inspired so many meals and recipes. Yeah, like we love trying new carnivore recipes, and we like to just try them as like normal people, not professional chefs or anything like that, and see how easy they are to make.
That's right.
Because we make a ton of mistakes. So if we can do it, you guys can do it.
Yeah.
At least I do. I make a ton of mistakes. Okay. Everyone loses weight differently. Yeah. My husband and I are doing carnivore and healing ourselves, and he is reversing kidney disease slowly. Woohoo! That's awesome, Catherine. Yay. Okay. Well, it's been about 30 minutes, and we're gonna try to keep this one short.
Yeah. So unless anybody has any like important questions, we should probably go.
If you have any more questions,
wait, real quick though. Yeah, real quick. We have something else we need to talk about. Let me turn my light because this is serious. Okay. Okay, guys, listen up. No, really. So I want to talk about the Mighty Network for a minute. So there has been lots of blood, sweat, and tears, mostly tears, in the last couple of weeks for us to set up our Mighty Network. And it's up and it's running. So we have the free area, and then we have a January challenge set up where you can join, and you'll get 4 Zoom calls every week with coaches from around the world. We have there are 6 of us that'll be available to answer questions. Zoom calls are at all different times on purpose. There's one that's the middle of the night for me, but that makes it possible for Estonia and Sweden to have a good time, for their call. So we have Japan, which is 14 hours ahead of me, and then Estonia and Sweden, which are somewhere else. I can't even remember where, if they're before or after you. I think they're both before you though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both before you. And then we have 3 of us in the United States, in a couple of different time zones. So we did that on purpose. We wanted to be able to have coaches that would be available all the time. So anytime you ask a question, probably there's going to be somebody who can help you and answer a question. Plus there'll be other members that can help. So we have the free area. It's got a she shed area for the women. So if there's something you want to talk about that you don't really want to be just out there in the, in the public group, you can join that she shed forum. There's a man cave for if men want to talk about something men related and they don't want the women to see it. So there's a lot of different categories. There's testimonials and success stories, lots of different areas. There's recipes, like 3 different categorized recipes. So we're not like, the group isn't going to be necessarily strict carnivore. We just want to get you off processed foods for the month of January. There'll be all kinds of support. We have some ancestral people And then we have us. There's 3 of us that are pretty strict carnivores, and then 3 people that are like low carb or ancestral. So we think we'll meet you where you are. We just want to help you and be accountability, and you're, free to message whichever coach, kind of goes along more with your food tendencies, or, the way you're leaning towards. But the Zoom calls will appeal to everybody, and they'll be geared just to help everybody with anything that they need. So if you want that link, make sure you ask us. It'll be in our bios. Mine's not in there yet, but it'll be in there by tomorrow morning. So if you have any kinds of questions or anything like that about it, make sure you message one of us and ask about it. But for $50 for the month of January, we will help you. We will be there every step of the way for you. We're really excited about the Mighty Network. It was not very easy to set up. It's not a very friendly service, but their technical support was very helpful and got us up and running yesterday. And so we're super excited to be completely prepared and ready for the month of January. So if that's something that you're interested in, and you want to get together with us and our other coaches under the Carnivore Revolution umbrella to kind of just help you along the way, just let us know and we'll send you the link.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. And did you say that we have like recipes and stuff in there too, and like fitness tips and
fitness and stuff like that too. Yeah, there's several different categories that you can look at, and there'll be, like message boards in each one of those where you can post things that are related. And then there's also just like a general feed where everything comes up. So it works kind of like Facebook, but seems like a really good platform. I've been in some Mighty Networks before, and it works really well once you get it up and running. So hopefully we're up and running. But if you're interested, it's something that we're really excited about, and we'd be happy to help you along the way.
Yeah. So leave in the comments if you're interested. Our email is carnivorerevolution@gmail.com, and we can send you a link. We'll put the link in the description of this video also. Excuse me.
I'll send you that link.
Oh man, I swallowed the bone broth wrong, and I'm like trying not to cough right now. Yeah. So, but other than that, I think that probably wraps it up, right?
Yep. I think we're done. So Merry Christmas, everybody. Stay on track. Don't make excuses like it's Christmas. You can eat whatever you want. Don't do that, because you'll just be sorry the next day.
Yeah. And have a happy New Year too.
Yeah. And if you like my shirt, my friend Jesselyn, Jesselyn sells these shirts. She sent it to me for Christmas. Isn't it awesome?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it.
I love it too. If you guys want one of these, it's on Jess's bio on Instagram.
Yeah, nutrient dense teas. But
you should put that in the show notes too. I don't think you usually put that in there. That should be in the show notes too. That should be in there.
Okay. Well, bye everyone. Thanks again for watching. We're gonna go finish our soup and film a 6-minute success story.
Yep. Awesome. Bye. Merry Christmas, everybody.